isn't.
Well, that's true, but we can make up lies, you know, just like anybody else.
Yeah, but we don't have to.
Well, that's true, John, but that ain't what I'm saying. They set the precedent where they can screw themselves in the worst place.
Yeah, I'd never want that job. I'd never want it.
That wouldn't bother me a bit. I believe I'd make a darn good president.
I tell the people, some people, not all people, I tell certain people that where to go and how to get there, and not such a colorful way. So I would tell them in a colorful way, not a family-friendly way.
Oh, of course.
Hey, Clyde, I'd vote for you for president.
Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. That's one out of, how many million? We got, what, 375 million people in this country? Probably more now.
Hey, Clyde, I'll be your VP, but as long as I don't have to take over the presidency.
Well, I wouldn't let you, John. I have to kill you before I let you take over the presidency.
Oh, okay.
I'm just that way, you know. Oh, God, Clyde's in there sick. I better do that. Bang! And what happened to his eye? He shot him. Shoot.
Yeah, I'd like to have a position like the present VP has, doesn't do anything but laugh.
Oh, and what a silly goober laugh she's got, too.
That's the only thing she knows how to do.
Cackling Kamala. Or Kamala cackles, whichever you so desire. Well, you know, she was a DA out there in California ages ago. And she took all that pot from all them people, threw them in jail, and they probably took the pot out somewhere and smoked it herself.
Wouldn't that be something if that really happened?
Well, I wouldn't doubt if it did, and that ain't no joke.
Well, she was on Jimmy Kimmel the other night. They were showing clips. There's actually a type of pot that's named after her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the pot that's named after?
It's named after her, Camel or something. But anyway, yeah, there's a type of pot that's a variety that's actually named after her.
Oh, they had a strain named after Obama, and now we got one named after Camel, too. God, that's cool.
It's called Kamala Kush, K-U-S-H.
Oh, my heavens.
Hey, it's 9 p.m. Timed ID. This is K4XTX with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
K4, GKG. Kilowatt Radio 4, Delta X-Ray.
KACJ. Are there any news stations that would like to join the conversation or start one? Please come down with your call signs slowly and phonetically. All right, nothing heard. Grant, are you ready to take it over?
Yep, all set. Good to go.
All right, I will sync everything. Everything is synced, and it's all yours, sir.
Good hearing you, Kevin.
Good night. I'll get the preamble out of the way. My name is Grant. My call sign Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf. That's K4 GKG. I'm located in eastern North Carolina, about 45 miles inland from the Outer Banks, in a beautiful little town, home of Pepsi and land of shrimp and grits. This is the Friendly Bunch, oh boy, here we go. The Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, we meet every night between 7 and 11 p.m. Eastern Time. The mission of the Friendly Bunch is to continually improve the amateur radio community by having and showing respect for our fellow operators. We follow the FCC rules and regulations, and being a family-friendly conversation group, we welcome all general class or higher licensed operators to visit with us. If you have any questions for the group, would like to talk to someone you've heard, or bring up a subject that we can all talk about, just ask the moderator by saying contact or give your call sign. Do we have any first time on board tonight with the call sign? Slowly and phonetically, come now.
I got a comment for Grant, man.
Dean, I heard you out there. I didn't catch your call sign. One more time.
Relay, can you...
Yeah, relay, please.
Alpha Bravo 3, Bravo Delta, Mobile. He's Mobile. I can hear him pretty good down here. First time tonight for me, KB4ABJ, low power.
Okay, Bobby, I got you. I got Dean. How you doing tonight, Dean? All right, well, we'll be keeping an ear open for you when you get home, Dean. You have a safe drive, okay? All right, Dean, we'll start with you. We'll talk to you later. How you doing tonight, Bobby?
Doing pretty good. Just a little late. I've been on the phone, so anyway, pretty good. Not bad at all. Won a trip to Las Vegas, by the way. You got to go to a timeshare thing, watch the presentation. Anyway, other than that, doing okay. How are you?
Doing well. Doing good. We had a nice day today. I got to do a little catch-up work and tinker around the house and clear my computers up with some garbage that had been loading up on them that I wasn't aware about.
Oh, that's a good thing to do. Need all the space you can get, really, don't you?
Yeah, for some reason, mine seems to fill up. You know, I don't know why. I think a lot of these updates, they're not overwriting. I don't know how that works, but it seems like one time I'll go back to the computer and I will have not done anything, but I've lost space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got something running in the background for sure.
Yeah, something, I guess, yeah. And I check it pretty often, you know. I check it, make sure that it's not doing something that I'm not expecting it to do. But anyway, and then on my phone, I got another issue with my phone. I'm trying to get it cleaned up and get some transferred off the internal memory onto the SD drive, and I'm not able to find the way to do that. So I have to go on Google and look at a couple of YouTubes or something and see what's going on there.
You could probably take it back to the phone company and they could look it up for you. Take care of it.
Yeah, but they got a bunch of kids in there these days that really don't know how to do it that much, so I try not to do that unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, I run into a little girl about, she's probably about 18. She knew how to do everything on the phone, for sure, so I just say to her, let her fool with it.
Yeah, there are some in there that are really good, but at other times I've gone in there and there's been just someone like filling a space. And all they want to do is, they know how to set your phone up, but they don't know how to do anything once it gets set up.
Oh, okay. All right, well, maybe you can get it done. I'm sure you can. It takes a little while, but let you pick up Clyde. I think he wants it. I just put the headphones on.
Yeah, Clyde's been in all night. Yeah, he's doing all right. He scared me a minute ago. I thought he was going to choke on the laugh.
Choke? What do you mean choke?
Oh, he heard something really funny. That was ridiculously funny on the air, and he laughed so loud that I thought he was going to be choking when he came back.
Oh, gosh. Well, I hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah, you're doing all right, Clyde? I guess not. He must have stepped aside. Hey, Kenny, are you still there?
He probably went to go walk the dog.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, well, I'll talk to you, John. You were talking about the president, we got to get Trump in there. And the trouble is, even if Trump gets in there, unless we put a big kibosh either through the courts or through criminal proceedings or whatever against these Democrats that are doing all this crap, they're just going to do the same thing they did the first 4 years. The first 2 years, they'll just file a bunch of lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits that they know are losers, but they get the injunctions in anyway, and then they'll just solve his ability to do anything.
Well, the thing is that the Supreme Court should make a ruling on that indemnity for Trump, for all presidents here fairly soon, because they're going to take their spring recess, and they always give their opinion right before they leave for their summer break.
Yeah, I hope we hear something soon, but there'll be something else. The Democrats, they'll come up with another fictitious charge or something. They'll find some dirt somewhere that doesn't exist or isn't applicable, and they'll stir the pot again.
Well, it won't matter if he's something, if it goes through to the Supreme Court, the indemnity ruling, they can bring all kinds of charges against him. It won't matter. They won't stick.
Yeah, but then they'll block his actions, you know, like they did with the wall and with the monies and all that, closing down the illegal aliens from the south. You know, they just start filing court actions against him so that he can't function.
Well, they got around a lot of that before, and I think America's starting to wake up what the Democrats are trying to do. Hopefully they wake up and realize, hey, we got to stop this stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I got some good news. We got about a week of good solar weather. We got 2 days that we'll probably have some F7 static from the sun. But other than that, the conditions are going to be pretty good for the next week.
Do you know what it's going to look like for field day weekend?
Well, so far it looks pretty good. I think the M class flare level is like down at 200, which is not extremely low, but it's okay. And then there haven't been any great CMIs, whatever. I can't. My mind has gone blank again. There haven't been any of those recently, so we might be good. And then there is something coming around the corner right now. It's about at the 9 o'clock position on the sun, rotating in towards us. But it's probably not going to get to us for a little bit. So it looks pretty good for the weekend.
Yeah, it's hard to believe field day's right around the corner, a little over 2 weeks from now, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, we've come up on another ID, so let's get it out of the way. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pile up. Give you a call sign slowly and phonetically.
AB4 ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
HAAPJ207.
Kilo November 4, Oscar Delta Bravo 117.
Number 117, come back with your call sign one more time.
Roger, Kilo November 4, Oscar Delta Bravo.
Okay, we got you that time. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good. We had some weather coming in that kind of scared me for a bit. I thought we were going to get some thunder and lightning, but it looks like it's either faded out or it's just going to miss us by a bit. So looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, Roger. We had a beautiful day today. I mean, we've had a lot of thunderstorms in this part of the country in central Alabama. And by the way, hello, Bobby. Good to hear your voice. I just heard you check in. This is Butch over here in Lakewood. Always there, but go ahead, back to you.
Go ahead, Bobby, if you want to say hi.
Hey, how you doing? Good to have you in here. And it's been a long time. You been doing okay?
Yeah, you know, I've been blessed, man. It's just amazing. We really are doing well health-wise, which wasn't the case for a while, as you know. But now, you know, I don't know. I just take it a day at a time, Bobby. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good to hear you, for sure. We got a big crowd coming to the mountain this year so far, and hopefully maybe you can make it. I don't know, but anyway, that's coming right around the corner. We actually went to Hamvention this year. That was kind of a treat for sure.
Oh, yeah, Roger. Yeah, we might try to make it. It's in October.
Yeah, October the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to put those down. I mean, my health's good enough to make it right now. Like I said, take it a day at a time. We'll definitely consider. I always wanted to come since way back when you first started doing them. And, man, the thing kept growing and kept getting bigger and so forth. But, anyway, we're sure going to block those dates out and try to make it this year, Bobby. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we got a new website, too. It's under construction a little bit, thefriendlybunch.net. And you can find information about it there, too, okay?
Okay, Bobby. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for shouting back in there, too. I'm giving back to the caller there. But, 1040, open TV, back to you.
Very good, Randolph. Hey, Bobby, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know Clyde's number? Does Clyde have a Friendly Bunch number?
No, he does not.
Okay, very good. I just needed to know that. I'll put a 0 in on this one because it apparently didn't come up that way.
Okay.
Do we have anybody else out there want to make contact with Randolph or anybody else? Come now.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, he goes by Butch, by the way. That's what he likes to be called.
Okay, we'll get that straightened out.
Okay. Well, Butch, got a new amplifier in line. I hope it sounds pretty good.
Well, you always have done it good. I remember when I first heard the station, but even before I got a number, I remember how it was, you always could hear well, but then your bike was always good.
Oh, yeah, it's an Alpha 78. A friend of mine had it, and I thought I'd go ahead and buy it from him as a backup. I've got to replace the tube, or need to replace the tube in the AL80B, and we'll get that back in line as soon as we can. But anyway, that's kind of what we're running here right now.
Yeah, right. We're running on 7300 with a PW1 and a dipole, and I think that's what I've had since I first got in the friendly bunch.
Oh, yeah. You've always been 20 over. It's what you are tonight, so it's real good. Okay, I'll send it back to our controller. And, yeah, Grant, who was the early controller?
That was Ken, K4XDX.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just, right when you took over, I didn't hear his voice, so, all right. Well, good enough. All right, well, carry on, and we'll be riding along with you if you need us for something.
All right, very good. Yeah, my static crash levels right now are up above 9. They're cracking a little bit over 9.
Same here, 10 over, that's 9 actually.
Yeah, that's not where mine are. I've got my gain turned down probably about to 9:30, 10 o'clock position, and I'm still getting over 9. Anyway, yeah, no big deal. I think the lightning has passed over to the north of me and dissipated to the west of me, so I think I'm good. So we'll see if there's anybody else out there that wants to bring up a topic that we can discuss or talk about or make a contact. Come now.
Yeah, contact one more time. I needed to tell you something.
Yeah, I think I heard a station way out in the distance, Bobby. You might want to help me with this one. I'll get back to you, okay? Was there another station trying to open up a conversation? I didn't hear anything. How about you, Bob?
Yeah, last night I stayed up a little bit late, and around midnight the band went completely quiet. You couldn't tell there was any static crashes, anything.
Well, was there anybody on the band?
Oh, yeah, there were a few people on, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just dialed up the other night when we had that little bit of incursion towards 10:40, about 10:45 at night. I was looking at the band afterwards after we shut down, and that one group had moved to 3921, so they were moving down or moving up the band a little bit to get away from us, I guess.
That's where they normally are, around 22, actually. I don't know. They've been told, they know about us. They've been knowing about us for a long time. And you don't hear them much. I haven't heard them in forever.
Yeah, but they're on the West Coast, aren't they, or the Midwest or someplace?
Yeah, they're out around Utah, I think. Out that way. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it was 3922. I think that's where they were. And then there was also one down at 16.
Oh, really? Oh, well. Yeah, they're not around us anymore. As far as I know, I haven't heard them.
Yeah, it's been pretty good lately. But it's interesting to see what's going on with the band right now, because it's like I said, it's all new to me.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, they're up on 22, and we're down on 19, and they being that far away, they just probably heard us scratching just a little bit. It didn't bother them, really. It's just somebody wants us give plenty of room, about 5 kilohertz on both sides of them, I think.
Yeah, about the only time I noticed it is if someone was a weak station and they were transmitting, I could hear the other station. I could just pick up the audio and a signal, but I couldn't make out what they were saying or anything.
Yeah, well, it happens. It's not a big deal.
No, at least they're staying within legal width. They're not going wide on us. That's good. Yeah, very good. I was pleased. It's no biggie for me. I mean, we do what we got to do, and we deal with what we got to deal with, right?
That's right. That's all you can do.
Anybody else have any comments they want to bring up? Well, I'm getting thunder boobies now. I'm going to have to look out the window, see how far away it is.
Have you got windy weather up?
Yeah, I've got it up. I've got a delay of about 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, just see what you see. If you got to get off, you got to get off. I got to do tomorrow early, and I don't know if I can keep up with it. I think I got to do Monday early, too. I'll be with kids tonight. We'll see, though. But, yeah, just let us know.
Yeah, I looked out the window. I'm not seeing anything, but I just heard one rumble. It didn't sound like it was real far away or up in the air. You know, it might be air to sky.
I'll take a look at windy weather and see. It'll tell us.
Yeah, I like windy, you know, but the trouble is, like, the latest update is right now it's 4 minutes behind.
That ain't too much. That'll be okay.
That's funny, the lightning strikes are real time, but the weather forecast, the radar is delayed.
Wonder why that is.
Different instruments, I guess. Well, we run upon another ID, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf Grant with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pile-up and come in with your call sign slowly and phonetically.
Okay, B4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KPJ207.
Do we have any first time coming aboard tonight? Come now.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, that storm's going to miss you to the north of you. Then you had one dead on, but it's fading out. It's gone by now. But it's going to miss you by the north of you.
Yeah, the one that faded out, it had one lightning strike that was about 3 miles away, and then it dissipated after that.
Yeah, it's gone. You might. Well, this other stuff's starting to fade out. All of them are starting to fade out now. You're just going to basically rain.
And we're not even getting that. All I'm getting right now is just noise on the radio. That's it.
Yeah, I've had 0.03 inches of rain, and for the month, 0.24. But that's what we had this afternoon, is a downpour. No lightning whatsoever.
Yeah, and it's still 76 degrees outside here.
75 here.
I think summer is rapidly approaching.
Really? In a big way.
Yeah, we got one day coming up next week. It's supposed to hit 90 for the high, about 90, but it's been running like 88, 89. It snuck up to 90 the other day, but briefly and only for a few, maybe a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll let you carry on. Yeah, there's a bunch in Florida, and believe it or not, there's nothing down on the Gulf Coast where there was like 6 days in a row.
Well, I think they deserve a break. All right, Bobby, we'll let you get back to Tinker and then let you run upstairs and take care of some business.
I will do it. So I don't have net logger pulled up yet. Anyway, carry on. We'll be here.
All right, Bobby, talk to you later. Do we have anybody out there who wants to bring up a conversation topic that we can discuss? Hey, John.
Yeah, what's up?
On the QRZ page, there is a link to MFJ closing down manufacturing facilities effective May 17th. That might have some more details about MFJ.
Yeah, I probably already saw it. Yeah, that's officially they closed down that Friday of Hamvention, May 17th.
Yeah, they don't really say anything more about whether they're going to continue, but we heard that they are, because they're still going to be in business, just not manufacturing. And I think that pretty much describes, when they specifically say closing down manufacturing facilities, that means they may probably still going to be in business.
Yeah, they're just not going to make any more stuff. They're going to sell what they got, and they're going to do warranty repairs, from what I understand.
He was in business for 52 years.
Roger that. I've met him. Yeah, his name's Martin. I've met him.
Oh, that must have been a good deal.
Yeah. Met him at Hamvention way back when they, even back when they had it at the Hair Arena, when they actually had it closer to Dayton, not in Xenia.
Did you get any chance to share any gems of knowledge, or no, just a chit-chat?
Just a chit-chat, and Dad talked to him a couple times. He never took Dad's advice, seemed to make like a pan adapter type unit. Years before they came out with the ones that they have now, but he said he'd look into it. I don't know if he ever really looked into it or not, but Dad used to use the old Heathkit pan adapter and the output scope in his station, the cream-colored ones, the smaller ones. And he was talking to Martin about maybe possibly doing that, but do it digitally, with the LCD screen and everything. But never came to fruition.
I wonder if that's going to be the direction for the future. Is going to be everything is going to be done on screen, basically all touch screen with menus on screen and like Windows.
I imagine it probably is. I mean, look at the radios nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot of those screens are touch screen, but they don't. You can't get full functionality. I'm thinking they're pretty much going to be full functionality pretty soon on computer.
Well, you got the Flex brand that. You can buy a Flex even without a faceplate where it's all on your computer screen.
Well, see, there you go. I wasn't aware that it was all on the computer, but yeah, well, they're there already then.
Yeah, the Flexes have been doing that for quite a while. It's all SDR, and it's software driven. And you hook it up to a monitor and a computer, and basically you control everything in the radio. It's just a black box. If you look at their website, they got where you can get what they call a Mastro, which has a little screen on it and knobs on it, or you can save money and just get the box and control it from your computer.
And do you know whether they're both Windows and Apple compatible?
I'm not certain. I imagine it's Windows. I don't know about Apple. I couldn't tell you.
I could tell you who could tell you that, okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
N4KZS Gary. I can get him on the air. I'll text him and see if he can get on the air, and he can talk to you about it.
Oh, that's all right. I was just bringing up conversation, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, there was a big, people, I tell you, were in droves over there at that booth over there for them. A lot of people are running that now, but it's all computer, and if your computer goes down, no more radio.
And isn't the price tag on that about double regular HF radio?
Yeah, they're really expensive, yeah. But they will do everything you can imagine.
Until your computer crashes.
Ballpark like the Yaesu, the top of the line stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And ICOM and so on.
Oh, yeah, upper part, yeah.
Yeah, I just, once again, that's what I like about radio, not being computer. I mean, if it wasn't for logger, I probably wouldn't even utilize my computer when I get on the radio.
Yeah, roger that. Well, you know, with the 101, I don't have to have it hooked up to a computer or nothing. But, you know, you can hook it up to an external monitor. So, you know, which I have done. Makes it a lot easier to see the screen that way. But there's no computer between the rig and the monitor.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, this one, I can actually operate the whole radio from my laptop if I wanted to.
Yeah, I think you can do that with the 101. I just haven't done it.
I think the 7300 does that as well.
What I'd like to see is where they come out with like an output scope where it's like the station monitor that I have where it shows your output, your waveform, whether you're linear or not, all that kind of, your SWR, all that kind of stuff.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can actually run mine all the way with the computer, everything, and I've got profiles that I've made up for my audio, so I can switch, you know, to 5 different microphones, you know, but we just switches them electronically, but I got to plug them into the radio, and I'm going to get something from DX Engineering where I won't have to do that. Anyway, I know you got an ID. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and John, I think if you get an oscilloscope, you could do all those things with one oscilloscope.
Well, somewhat. You can't do all the stuff that this digital monitor does. It's that time, I guess. Go ahead.
All right, very good. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf with a friendly conversation group. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pilot, and we'll give you a call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
It's KAPJ207.
Anybody coming on board for the first time, come now.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah, yeah, John.
Yeah, the guy that makes this station monitor I have, they aren't cheap. It's the LP700. He also makes a smaller version called the LP500. But you put a sensor in the line or sampler, whatever you call it. I'm not sure what he calls them. One between one right after the radio and one after the amplifier. And what it does is it'll compare the two signals from the two. It'll show your linearity and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can't normally get with just a regular hooking up a scope.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then you can monitor that on your TV or on a monitor, right?
Yeah, if I don't have it hooked up, but it's got its own little screen. It's got a 7-inch, that's why they call it the 700, but it's got a 7-inch LCD screen where you can watch all that or watch your SWR and your power out and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty neat. But, I can't remember the name of the company. Give me a second, I'll look it up.
Telepost?
Yeah, Telepost.
I'm a mind reader.
How'd you know that?
I'm just faster on the keyboard than he is. Oh, yeah, that's a sweet... Well, that's basically an oscilloscope, you know, part of an oscilloscope. And the nice thing about it is you're just kind of like tapping off. You're not having to be dedicated into a dummy load or anything to make it work. You're kind of tapping off the line on the way to the antenna. So that works well.
Okay, you see that first picture?
Yeah.
Okay, the top one shows the CW waveform. You see how it builds up and then it flattens out and it drops off. That's what a good CW waveform is supposed to look like. The bottom one shows a peak like in a voice signal. But if you notice the triangle after that, about half of the screen, that shows your linearity. You want that to be a perfect triangle.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the nice thing about that, too, is you can tell if you're clipping.
Yeah, that's the whole reason behind it. You can tell if you're close in, if you're overdriven or whatever.
Now, I'll have to look and see what something like that runs.
Yeah, you probably don't want to know.
Oh, I'm sure it's in the thousands.
I've had mine for a while. I didn't pay as much as what they want for them now. But if you look at the computer screen over to the right, you can actually put it on your computer screen too if you hook it up to your computer.
Yeah, I got that. I figured that out, yeah. That's a nice little shack he's got there.
Yeah, just the box without the couplers is $800. And then HF and 6 meter, the 3KW PET couplers are $150 a piece. Or you can get the coupler with SO239 connectors. Or you can get them with N connectors for $200 a piece.
Well, that's not outrageous, but it all adds up for sure. Yeah, $725 for the 500, no couplers, yeah. And $800 for the 700, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do what I'm doing, you need 2 couplers.
Now, will that cover everything that it does?
Yeah, HF and 6 meters. I just got the 3 kilowatt couplers, so I figured I'm not going to run 5 kilowatts, so I don't need that big a one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, another piece of equipment that I'll have to look at later.
Well, he's got ones that'll handle 10 kW.
I don't have an antenna that can handle that.
We want to keep it legal here, you know.
Hey, are you familiar with the Voice of America radio stations?
No, not really.
Maybe Bobby is. Bobby, are you familiar with the Voice of America, the actual station, transmission station itself?
Yeah, I know. It's in Greenville, North Carolina.
Well, there used to be one just north of us in a place called Lowlands near Elizabeth City. And I noticed on Google Maps that there's actually 2 clearings. Now, is one of those clearings for the transmitter, or are both those clearings for transmitters?
Probably both of them, I would say.
Yeah, it looked like they had all kinds of radios going out for sure, and then there was those big towers, you know, like they're almost like a scaffolding tower antenna.
Yeah, you can get them on the internet now. On this internet radio, I can pick them up.
Yeah, I don't know what they what they have for shows. I haven't seen a show lineup on that radio for 15 years.
Yeah, a lot of these shortwave radios are going away from broadcasting like you might think. They're just doing stuff over the internet.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was doing a little shortwave surfing the other night, and I was surprised at how many religious stations there are.
Yeah, tell me about it. And that guy's from Tennessee. He bought like 7 stations out there or something. He's all over the place on the radio. Different languages, too.
Yeah, I was tuning into one that was focused pretty much on South America and then Africa. And there was one that was like beaming over to the Middle East. And it was all these religious shows. And they're interesting, but some of them, I'll tell you what, some of them, they're almost scary.
Yeah, they get to do a lot of yelling and stuff.
Yeah, it's not like they're all from, down here in the South.
Yeah. I read up on that guy. I got to find that article about this guy that done all that. He bought all the shortwave stuff in Tennessee, and that's where they originate from, out there.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, I was just curious because I noticed on like Google Maps, if you Google Map the antenna sites, they always show like 2 areas of clearings, with some separation between them, but that might have just been the land layout that they had here available for them when they put the antennas in as well.
Yeah, maybe so.
Tell you what, that was a pretty impressive antenna array they had in Bonaire. There was like, I would say a good half mile of tower structures with miles and miles of wire going all around these tower structures. That was pretty impressive. You could see them from the boat when you went around the island.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, they have some good programming. I think Voice of America.
Well, I'm going to have to dial them up again and see what they see what's going on. Because I guess I can look them up and see what their schedule is and see what they got going on. Anyways, we'll let you go, Bob. Let's get back to it. I just was curious.
Okay, no problem. What was I going to tell you? I was listening to Cuba today, and they had English, well, actually not English broadcasting, but they had Spanish broadcasting and English top 40 stuff.
Oh, they're getting American music down there. I wonder if it's just going to Guantanamo or whether it's being beamed to the whole island.
Oh, I don't know. It's over the internet, though.
Oh, because it may be blacked out in Cuba. They've still got that thing going on over there where the public only gets so much information.
I know it's ID time. Back to you.
Yeah, we just run up on ID time, so let's get that out of the way. Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group is coming in for the first time. Wait till after the pileup. Give your call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Alpha Bravo 3, Bravo Delta, number 136 from the home QTH.
Good copy, Dean. Good copy. All right, we got you at the home QTH.
Oh, Dean, good.
He's probably watering the dog.
I don't think he's got a dog.
But he just got home, so you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
No dog here.
There he is, Bobby. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard him, yeah. Hey, Dean, you doing okay?
I'm doing good. Just came home from the radio club meeting and had this presentation on Skywarn.
Oh, you had Skywarn going, huh?
Yeah, this is like part 2 of it. We had a presentation last year where they talked more about people participating in it. And this year it was more about how the National Weather Service predicts storms and what the chances of storms in this area are and stuff. It was a really good presentation.
Oh, yeah, well, good, great. We need otters, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're predicting a higher than average storms and major hurricanes. So we'll see what happens.
They're getting off to a slow start, I can tell you that.
Well, we're just in a transition from El Nino to La Nina.
Yeah, the ocean waters and stuff, I understand.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah, the ocean temperatures are up real high.
Dean, did they say whether those storms were going to be in the Pacific or in the Atlantic, or did they go that detailed?
They were talking more in my area right here. Basically 10-county area around me.
Oh, you're talking about just regular thunderstorms, not like hurricane name storms.
No, I'm talking name stores. Name stores, hurricanes, and hurricanes.
So those would be coming up out of the Gulf then, yeah. Well, if the Gulf Stream turns into the Gulf of Mexico like it has during the last cycle, it makes that big loop around Belize and up towards Mexico and then back out towards Florida where the outflow is. You guys will be getting some major storms.
Yeah, they're saying that we could get, I think they said 3 major hurricanes go through this area. So that ain't good.
No, well, hopefully they won't be destructive, and maybe they'll be wrong.
Well, that's the other thing, too. Predicting weather is definitely not a science.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Dean, well, right along. If you got something to say, just jump in, okay?
I will definitely do that.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I just looking at his files. I'm going to have to upgrade the firmware on this meter.
Oh, you haven't upgraded your firmware recently?
Not on the meter.
Now, why would a meter need to be upgraded?
He lists all the improvements that he did with each upgrade.
Yeah, but it's a meter, you know? It gets fed voltages to swivel back and forth, up and down, or whatever.
I guess he had some stuff going on. But anyway, I'm about 10 upgrades behind.
Wow, and that's not good from what I understand, but it may be good because I've found that sometimes when you upgrade, things don't work the way you wanted them to work or the way that you thought they were going to work.
Well, I got all the files, so I could go back to, but anyway, the next one has support for a different version. The next one after that improves behavior of band modulation bar graph. The next one improves the accuracy of the meter, very low power level. So basically, he's just, made little corrections here and there.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at how this computer stuff all needs like upgraded operating systems, upgraded networking, all kinds of stuff. Always got to be updating.
Yeah, I know. Some of this is bug fixes and stuff like that.
Did I hear somebody off in the distance there? Come again? I guess not. I'm hearing things.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
My static level's going down right now. I'm down to about 8-inch units.
I'm still at 9.
It'll get out over the ocean. Maybe it'll settle down.
Yeah, I still got one to the north of me and west up by Raleigh. It's still working pretty good up there, just south of you.
Yeah, but it's fading away. I can see that.
Yeah, well, the temperature's not changing any here. It's staying the same right now. It's still 76 degrees.
Yeah, same here.
So that thing did move pretty fast. It covered 60 miles in about an hour. So you won a trip to Las Vegas. So you're going to do the timeshare presentation? I mean, it's really easy to say no.
I know it is, but that's what it's all about. It's through Hilton. I've got so many points with Hilton that trip's free and everything.
Yeah, I got a timeshare out there. I think it's at the Aries. The wife used it a couple times, and I've never used it because we bought a timeshare down in Belize. And the timeshare, the buildings never got built, the resort never got done, so it was like a fraudulent thing, but we went to prosecute and recover our money, and there was a whole big bunch of people that were trying to do that, and the judges and the lawyers and people involved were all related to each other, so it went nowhere. But then we kept our timeshare deal going on where we could trade to different places. So the wife, she stayed at the Aries or Aries or whatever they call it there a couple times. Really nice resorts, but those timeshares, they're a con.
I know, they are.
But it was something that she wanted, you know, we were looking at this really nice little condos that they were building, and we loved Belize. Belize was just phenomenal. Well, we loved it up until this happened, and after that, our love kind of faded.
Yeah. I used to work a guy down there a lot in Belize. He has, if you look at the island, you can see his antenna. I mean, it's way up there. It's probably 150 feet in the air.
There's quite a few expats down there. Between the Canadians and the Americans, I bet the population of expats exceeds the local.
Oh, really? Man. Anyway, that is a beautiful place right there. It sure is. All right, I know you got an ID, so I'll let you have at it.
All right, very good. This is Kilo 4 Golf with the Friendly Conversation Group. If you want to come out for the first time, wait till after the pileup. Give your call sign slowly and steady.
KB40BJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Alpha Bravo 3, Bravo Delta, number 136.
It's KPJ. Hey, Grant, go ahead and check me out. I'm going to go upstairs, take care of some stuff. But 7-3, everybody. Everybody have a good night and a great tomorrow. KPJ.
Okay, John. Good night. God bless. Hey, Grant, I was looking at the map again. You're not looking too bad. I think you're going to be in good shape. I really do.
Yeah, it looks like it's faded out pretty much, and I'm not hearing anything. When looking out the window, we just got broken clouds now.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Now, you got something back upstream a little bit from you, but it's going to miss you.
Yeah, like I said, we're just getting nothing but the noise.
Yeah, all this stuff up around Raleigh. It's north of Raleigh and a little bit south of Raleigh. All that's moving due east. That's going to go into the Outer Banks.
Yeah, either that or up into Elizabeth City and that Virginia, Norfolk area.
Yeah, I think that's going to miss that. This is due east, and it's not growing. It'll probably fade out by the time it gets to the beaches.
Boy, they had some great weather out there last week on the Outer Banks, and this week they got red flags flying the whole length of the coast.
Yeah, when this stuff gets out, usually over the water, it explodes, but I don't think it's doing that now. I think it's fading out. Must be a lot of cold air up top, up above us.
Yeah, there's a cold front coming down out of Ohio, Indiana area now.
Yeah, they say it's going to be great weather the weekend.
Yeah, John was asking about the weekend. Was it Parks on the Air weekend?
No, field day.
Oh, field day. That's right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're putting our trailer out on field day.
Oh, really? So y'all got to be operating from there, huh?
Yeah, there'll be somebody doing CW, somebody doing voice, and somebody trying to play with 2 meter, I think. I was watching a guy for the very first time using that paddle, and I guess that thing would probably make it a little bit easier to do code as long as you get your finger off in time to stop making the dits and the dogs.
I never used the paddle. I did straight key all the time.
Now, how much of a movement do you have on your key? Like 1/8 of an inch?
Something like that. It's real close.
And what do you do, like, if you make an error on a letter that you're transmitting, or you're trying to key a letter, and you make a gross error, is there any kind of symbolizing that you can do to notify the receiver that you just made a big error?
I just do a string of dents, something like that, and then I move on.
Okay, so would you just continue with the word, or would you start over with the word?
I'd start over.
But just with the word, not with the whole message, right?
Oh, no, not with the whole thing,
Yeah, okay. Because I was wondering, like, what happens if you make an error, just one little extra dollar, which could change it from, like, a QRT to QST?
Yeah, no. You just do a string of dents and just move on.
Yeah, see, that's why I guess I didn't do code. Yeah, this guy I was listening to, he was doing about 25 words a minute, and the guy on the other end was doing about the same.
Where was this at?
On a trailer last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bobby, did you get your 10-meter radio working yet?
No, I haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
Have you got the schedule for that written down, or is it just still just an imaginary date?
I don't know what to tell you there. Imaginary date for right now.
Yeah, and that's going to go in your truck, right?
Yes, it is. I got 2 meters on there. I'm going to leave it on there, and then this is going to be kind of brought out there when I need it.
That's why you need to put those Anderson connectors on it.
That's right. That's what I'm going to plan to do. If I call them, they'll know what I'm talking about, I guess.
Yeah, just go to PowerWorks, POWR Works, POWE, I think it's ERWORKX.
Okay, you sent me the link and everything.
Yeah, you got the link, and you can get, they're available on Amazon, and if you really think that you're going to do it, I would spend the $30 and get the crimping tool and the extraction tool.
I've already got all that stuff, I think. Yeah, I already got all that stuff.
Well, it's a kind of a special crimper, though.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to them when I get to them.
Yeah, there was someone there that I was able to talk to, and they didn't have to go on hold very long, so you'll be in good shape. Otherwise, you can just go on Amazon and order them through Amazon.
Okay, I will do that, for sure.
But that'll give you the availability to just plug your radios in, whichever radio you want to plug in at the time, or you can plug them. Oh, they have a junction box, too, so you could gang like four different outlets at the same time. I'm running my 2-meter, my 10-meter, and my auto tuner all in one gang.
Oh, really? Did they show you how to do that?
Oh, it's self-explanatory. It's red and black. You plug the red into the red, the black into the black, and doo-dah, you're done.
I got you. All right, not a problem. I can do that.
You can actually link the connectors together so that they're paired already, and they match up as long as you put the red one in the red one and the black one in the black one, and pair them up for the, like I think the power's on the left and the ground's on the right. As long as you set them up that way, you can plug them into anything.
That sounds good. So I'll just cut this wire in two and put plugs on it.
Yep, just make sure you still got a fuse between you and the radio.
Oh yeah, we do. I'll definitely get on that because that's what I got to do.
Now, what antenna did you decide to run for your 10 meter?
It's a 10 meter antenna. It's an aftermarket antenna. Got a big coil at the bottom of it.
And it's got like about a 4-foot whip on it?
Yeah, thereabouts, yep.
Yeah, that's what I got. Mine's a Wilson. I'm just using a CB Wilson 1000, but I've got a K40 that works, but I have to use the auto tuner with it. But that Wilson 1000, it's basically the same thing. I think it's a quarter wave with the load on the bottom.
You could trim that, really, and make it resonant and wouldn't have to use a tuner. I think we got an idea to do.
My CB through it, too. I do 12 meter and 10 meter both through it. And we've come up on ID, so let's get that out of the way. Kilo 4 Golf with the Friendly Conversation Group.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Alpha Bravo 3 Bravo Delta, number 136.
Yeah, see, with my Striker radio, I can run 12 meter and 10 meter. I think it does 11 meter if I recall correctly, but I don't think 11 meter is technically a legal meter.
Well, it is and it isn't, you know. But yeah, I got to put a resistor in mind to make it for 11 meters.
Or you could buy a $99 tuner.
Well, no, you got to do it in the radio. You definitely got to do it in the radio.
Oh, in the radio, you mean to make it 12 meters?
No, to make it 11 meters. 12 meters and 10 meters is already there.
Oh, 11 meters, yeah, a little custom tubing. Well, 11 meters, you can help me out with this because I think it's kind of like a tweener where there isn't any real regulation or really any controls. Is that right?
Say that again?
Is there any real FCC like regulations on 11 meter? Is it really a kind of an open area, or has it got restrictions?
No, we don't have no restrictions, no.
There was another comment. Go ahead.
It's limited to 5 watts.
Yeah, 5 watts. Well, similar to like your 12 meter.
Oh, 11 meter is CB, and it's limited to 5 watts.
Okay, gotcha. Limited to 5 watts and it's CB.
They don't follow that, though.
No, they got linears and amplifiers and everything else going on out there. Especially on CB, too.
That storm up above Raleigh's got a hook in it.
Yeah, but it looks like the hook's on the wrong side.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I see it now. I tell you, they are moving on. These storms will be out of here in the next hour. It'll be like I wasn't even here. They are moving on quickly.
Yeah, like I said, it moved 60 miles in an hour.
Yeah, this one up above Raleigh's got a bow in it. It's got straight line winds.
But of if you look at the wind charts, it doesn't look like they're outrageously high.
The outburst of one in Raleigh is especially up north, and it's going to hit Rocky Mount here pretty soon. And that's all flat land through there.
Yeah, I'm showing anywhere between 6 and 9 miles an hour.
Yeah, once it hits Rocky Mount, it's about 120 miles from the beach. Thing's got to be moving 70 miles an hour. Seems like it.
It's pretty amazing how fast weather can move and how sometimes it just sits there and parks.
Yeah, wind direction's out of the southwest.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any like wind shear or anything. It's all pretty docile. 4 mile an hour, 6 mile an hour, 8 mile an hour. That's pretty soft winds.
Yeah, it is, but this one up above Raleigh's not that. It's got to be moving on pretty good.
Yeah, the storm front's moving good, but the winds, the wind speed, on the ground is not that much.
Are there any tornado warnings anywhere?
Not that I'm seeing.
That's a wonder.
That only happens in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, right. Maryland got tore up pretty good.
Yeah, and those folks down there down in the Texas Panhandle and Louisiana area, they got clobbered pretty good too with some tornadoes.
I couldn't believe it's rained 6 days in a row. I mean, storms and everything. 6 days in a row down there.
And I think it was even longer. They might have had a 1 or 2 day reprieve, but they had the same kind of weather as like the week before.
You never get your grass mowed.
No, and I mowed mine a week ago, and it's ready for another mowing already.
Yeah, mine is too, really. Actually, I mowed it today, but it won't be 3 or 4 days, and it'll need it again.
My one house, I could go every 2 weeks, except I got these wildflowers that keep popping up, and they fill up the yard with these little stems. I don't mind mowing though. I got one of those VTRs, and it's a nice, relaxing tractor ride as far as I'm concerned.
That's good. Good you got that.
Reminds me of my younger days riding the tractor out in the fields, plowing them up, or baling hay, or cutting grass, or raking, or something. Did you find somebody for Tuesday?
I'm going to do it probably. We just got to switch off Monday because I don't like our controllers going back to back. So we'll find somebody early for Monday. I can do it. That's really up to Mike. He's been texting me a little bit.
Okay, so he might be back on then?
He might be, yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, I got to do tomorrow night for a call. He's off. He's going on vacation, I think.
I thought Piney Flats was a vacation.
Now I'm talking about Carl.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Gary. Yeah, yeah. Where's Carl going? You know?
Some lake they got a cabin at. That's where they go fishing.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing them talk about that now. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was in a restaurant when that guy from the Hilton called me and said, I got this free trip for you and all that to Vegas. But you got to spend a couple hours at a timeshare thing where they give you a presentation. I've been there and done that. I tell you, that's nothing.
Yeah, as long as you've got the willpower to say no, and you don't have a missus sitting next to you that's going, that looks like a good deal, that looks like a good deal.
Yeah, I know. No, my parents got involved with one down at the Outer Banks, and that kind of taught me a lesson.
I think that in a day, you know, and sometimes there's really good companies that if you like to travel and you don't want to be going to the same place, or if you like some place and you want to make sure that you can go there every year or whatever, and everything's going to be the same, you know, they serve a purpose, but they're a major expense for minimal use.
Ain't that the truth? Things come up, so I can plan a vacation down at the Outer Banks. I can put down $55 and that'll hold it for the year, so I can do that right now.
And with so many Airbnbs available these days, you know, I think the timeshare market's going to be falling off pretty quick.
Yep, probably so. Let you do your ID.
Yep, come up on another ID, so let's get that out of the way. Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf with the Friendly Conversation Group.
KB4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Alpha Bravo 3, Bravo Delta, number 136.
Yeah, the city just passed an ordinance here for one of the housing areas in our town. They have forbidden through an ordinance any Airbnb rentals.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Well, I think it is because the neighbors have a little more control over who's coming in and out of their neighborhood by eliminating the Airbnb. With I think if they got good management, the Airbnbs can be good, but these people that were trying to Airbnb them, I guess, were independent, and they weren't controlling the people that were coming in very good, and they had some really rowdy crowds that were tearing up the neighborhood, not the property, but the neighborhood.
Oh, man, I tell you, you never can tell who you're going to get when you got renters, for sure. That's what my niece wants us to do, is do a house down in the Outer Banks, rent the bottom of it, but still, the only way to get around that is have a clause in your contract where if anything is destroyed or tore up, they'll be responsible for it. You get to hold their money, too.
Yeah, but then you got to take a deposit that's big enough to handle whatever damages could be done, and a lot of folks don't want to put that kind of deposit out, even if it's just sitting on your account, no expenditure, you know, like a credit card or whatever.
They do it to Outer Banks. I'm telling you, they get the money down there.
They had a big house fire down there that one of the condos burned up around Topsail Beach area today.
Oh, Topsail Beach. Okay, that's not where we're at. We're at Kitty Hawk and Kill Devil's Hill, Nags Head, that area.
Yeah, you're up in the north. You're up there by the Virginia border. That's a whole different Outer Banks than southern Outer Banks and down here.
Oh, yeah.
You got to take an hour-long ferry ride just to get to the Outer Banks north.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, did they get their bridge done yet? The high flyover bridge going over the Admiral Sound?
Yes, they did. That's been done.
Oh, that's good, because we had to wait a couple times for that bridge to open up when we were traveling by water. It used to be an old swing bridge.
It's a big old bridge now, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it had to be 65 feet tall, so they had to get it up there, but that's good. That'll open up the waterway a little bit now. I've never seen any traffic on that highway. Never.
Really? Well, wait a minute. What highway are you talking about?
The one that goes across the sound that they just put the new big bridge on?
You've never seen any traffic go through there?
I've never seen any traffic on the highway.
I don't understand. I always see it all the time.
That's because you're traveling at different times than what I'm seeing, I guess, because, like I've been, and I'm looking at it from the water side too, so, you know, there's no traffic backed up when they opened up the bridge.
You're talking about the same bridge I'm talking about. Goes across the Albemarle Sound, over the Nag's Head.
Yeah, it used to be a swing bridge. There used to be a swing bridge there. Now it's a hard, rigid high bridge.
Yeah, that swing bridge is still over there. It's on the, over there at Manio.
Yeah, that's the one by the island, though, on the island side to the Outer Banks, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the old swing bridge used to be on the west side of Manteo that went over to the mainland.
That's exactly right. Yep, it's still open. It's still up.
Oh, so they don't have the new high fly bridge over yet?
Yeah, they have it open too. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Both of them are going. Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah, I need to get up there. I need to take a ride up that area because I haven't been there in a while. But the one thing that discourages me is that an hour ferry ride, or it's almost 2 hours to get up to like Elizabeth City to get over to the Outer Banks, to Albemarle Sound, Mans Harbor, that area.
Yeah, Mans Harbor is where you got to go. It's closer. It probably take you an hour, 2 hours to get up there.
Oh yeah, at least, yeah, for sure. But it sure is a pretty sight up there, and I need to get up that area because, like I said, I haven't been there in years. You know that sound is only about 9 feet deep at the deepest?
Yeah, in some places, I know. We used to walk across it at Oregon Inlet. It'd get there, it would be probably chest deep. You could walk all the way across it, and then you can wait about 30 minutes to an hour, and the tide starts coming in, you can't.
Yeah, it'd sweep you away.
Oh, yeah. A dangerous place.
Yeah, we were fighting out with the boat one day. It was coming out, and we were trying to go in. I was doing 9 knots, and we were still moving backwards at half a knot.
Good day.
So we just sat out there for another hour and a half, 2 hours, let it ebb a little bit, and then we made our way in.
So you went across the breaker, you know, where the ocean's breaking in the water?
Yeah, there's a channel that's cut through there.
Yeah, they have to dredge that out all the time right there.
But even when they dredge it and mark it, it sometimes isn't there. You have to really be careful going through because that sand shifts so fast that it can be a dredge one day and the next day it could be half sand.
Yeah, then you got to maneuver under that bridge, which is a brand new bridge now.
Yeah, see, I wasn't there when we were there.
They built it and they left part of the bridge, the old bridge, up for people to fish off of it.
Oh, that's good, yeah. I guess you'd have to have a big net on the line that you could drop down if you got a big fish down off a bridge, right?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Whereas the pier already has their nets, you know.
Oh, they've got like permanent ones mounted there?
They got about 4 or 5 on the pier, you know, the round ones.
Yeah, they're like 3 feet in diameter.
Yeah, they're pretty good size, yep.
Yeah, I've never done any pier fishing. I've only done like trolling on behind a boat, and then we did some bottom fishing in California off of one of those big bottom fishing boats. What they call them, cow boats or cattle boats? Cattle, yeah. You got 40 fishermen fishing off a 40-foot boat?
Oh boy, sounds interesting.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crowded.
I can imagine.
Do we have any stations out there who want to have the conversation and bring up a topic we can all talk about? This is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Come on now.
Contact.
Go ahead.
Hey, Grant, K4ISG. I'm back in the house. I had a long phone call with a family member, but I'm back. Over.
Okay, Kenny, welcome back. You didn't miss much. We just been, Bobby and I have been just like taking up airtime.
Hey, roger that. I understand. Well, I'm here, and I'll be listening in. If I can think of something, I'll chat with you.
Okay, it looks like the weather's all gone by you by now, so you should be all good.
Oh, yeah. I think it did that earlier or whatever. But yeah, it's like most times they go around, we hear a few booms, and we did get some rain and all that jazz, but that's nothing really serious, hombre.
We had the big threat. I haven't even got a raindrop. Not one raindrop has fallen. And we had the big, huge storm working its way towards us with clouds and everything, but nothing fell out.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it now. That's pretty much past you, right?
Yeah, the major part down. We just got the tail end of it now, so it's almost over.
I guess you were talking about if lightning and all that jazz, yes, and you might have to unplug, but it looks like you made it through.
Yep, I saw one lightning flash. It was about maybe 6 miles away, but I think it was cloud to cloud, and it never made it to the ground, and then it just dissipated after that. We had nothing more.
Roger that. Yeah, I was on the phone with my cousin, and she's from above Charlotte, North Carolina, and I got in the ham, and he got into it, and I was having a problem with my FTA. We both had the same thing. Then we just pulled up the menu and went through, and I had some things checked and unchecked, and everything went back to normal, so I don't know what happened. But I'm glad we got it all.
Well, you should be able to talk to Charlotte on your radio, right?
Oh, yeah. Every time I know a lot of times portable up in South Carolina, and I can talk to them from here, yeah. But while I was up in South Carolina, or wherever I go, we make it a point to try to talk to each other via HF over.
Yeah, good copy on that. Good copy. Yeah. Well, at least you got everything working right. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I was telling them last night. I guess my next challenge is figuring out wire things and the Yaesu fusion with this 2-meter radio and see what that entails. But I like what I see on YouTube University. Over.
Yeah, the University of YouTube. By the way, let me ask you, did we just do an ID or am I spacing it?
No, you didn't do it.
Okay, let's do an ID. Let's get that out of the way. Kilo 4 Golf with the Friendly Conversation Group.
KB4ABJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KCHWL Florida, Wayne Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin, Ohio.
Okay, I think I got 2 first-timers. I got one in Ohio. Can you come back with your call sign slowly and phonetically?
Kilo Charlie 8, WFR, Whiskey Fox Radio, Oral, White Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin.
Hey, Marvin, I got the Kilo White Fuzzy Rabbit. What is the number? Kilo 8 White Fuzzy Rabbit. Okay, very good. How are you doing tonight?
No, you didn't get his call right.
Can you relay, Bobby?
Yeah, Kilo Fox 8, Whiskey Foxtrot. Wait a minute, Whiskey Foxtrot Romeo.
Kilo Charlie 8.
Yeah, Kilo Charlie 8.
Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin, in Ohio.
Kilo Charlie 8, White Fuzzy Rabbit. Gotcha.
Yet another one.
And we had another station wanting to check in. Can you come now? November 4, Zulu Echo Kilo. Okay, let me get right back to you. Hang on, I got a cluster here.
Well, somebody's got a messed up transmitter somewhere.
Okay, Bobby, that was Kilo
Nice and sunny, not too humid. But I was complaining, not that anyone was listening, but I was complaining about sitting in the truck and driving all day. I swear, it's worse than, I think it's worse than drinking and smoking cigarettes, Dave, sitting in the truck all day.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Yeah, you got to stay moving. Not moving on the highway, but moving. Keep some physical movement. I'll agree with you there. But, boy, you got a good signal coming here tonight, Tony.
I appreciate it, Robert fixed my loop. I had a issue with the ladder last night, but around here we got lots of clay and then big old oak trees standing up there about 60, 70 feet. And it just rains real hard. The ground gets soft up there old enough. They'll come down, over.
Hey, roger that. Very good. All right, is there anyone you'd like to speak to tonight that you've heard on the air, or anybody out there that wants to talk to Marvin in Ohio?
Yeah, hey, I'd like to talk to Marvin a little bit.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Marvin, I missed what you said. You said you had a tree fall down. Was that what you said?
Yeah, and I told the township to come out and cut it up. It might be a couple days, but the road's blocked. You know how that goes. You know, government, they just don't get the job done. So I got a nice fall. And a lot of times my sunburnt wood, if one comes down, I'll just go out and cut it up, clean it up. I got a front end loader.
Oh, that's a cool little trip. It's, you know, when I hear these guys that do the mission stuff, I give them credit, because, you know, they're going places that I'd prefer to have a platoon of Marines with me. My nephew goes to Ethiopia. He's been there 3 times. And you won't catch me down there in some parts of Africa. I might go to South Africa, maybe, but that's about it. But that sounds like a cool trip, Dave.
Yeah, he sent me some pictures. Sent me a picture of him there there at the Sphinx statue, and then also the pyramids, and I think he's having a pretty good time there. You know, they were scheduled. This same group was scheduled to go to Israel. They had made plans to go to a trip in Israel back in October, and of course the deal on October 7th happened, and that he didn't get to make that trip because it was for later in October. And then, of course, you know all that was going on there. They wasn't taking no visitors at all. So that trip sort of got shot in the head. Then they had another trip planned to China. And, of course, he's moved up a little. He's got a fairly high-level job there in the government. And the government told him, no, you're not going to China. He was actually going with a church group, but the government said, no, you're not going to China. So they didn't let him go there. So he had to jump through some hoops there, really, to go to Egypt. But they finally agreed and let him go there on this trip.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure how that works in China. I can't remember how that works, if the church is all underground there or not. But to change subjects real quick, Dave, a good friend of mine that I went to high school with, I can't say a good friend, we really, since high school, never talked that much or never hung out, but stayed in contact. But he's retired Secret Service, and the last time I spoke to him on the phone, he was laughing. He said he's retired now, so he can run his mouth, I think is what it is. But he said the air marshals in the United States, that the government doesn't have them on the planes like they used to be. They have them down at the border, helping out at the border. But he said the joke is that they're not in the capacity of law enforcement. They have them like driving buses, driving illegals to the hospital to get medical care. W8. if he knows about it. But that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
You know, those guys, a lot of the Border Patrol agents ourselves, they're not doing as much as guarding the border, I guess you could say, as they are doing stuff like that. Babysitting them while they're in detention, you know, while they've got them held up where they are. They got your Border Patrol babysitting them and then running in places, just like you said, here and there. It's not just folks they've sent down there to help out with the Border Patrol. It's actually some of the Border Patrol agents themselves. So they can't do their actual jobs because they're tied up in all this other nonsense.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, hey, let me flip it to, we got Dan, NW4NF, and then Robert is on. I know they'd probably both like to say hi to you, but if you're on NetLogger, you can see everyone that's on. But, Robert, I'll flip it to you to say hi to David down there in Coal Country. Well, you may have ran to the little boys' room. Dan, NW4NF, you still on?
Hello, Dan. We're doing pretty good this way. Had a pretty good week. Yeah, it's good to hear you up this way, too. I got a little bit of noise tonight, but I'm still getting a good copy on you. Yeah, roger that. You do. You need to get up this way. I'm down your way. Usually once, sometimes twice a year. So maybe next time I head down your way, I can give you a holler. Yeah, we go down to the Pinnacle there every now and then. Well, that's where I go. That's not where she goes, but that's where I go.
I haven't been to the Pinnacle in years ago. I moved down here. When I lived down here 10 years ago, it was under construction. And, there were a few odds and ends here and there. But, that thing was like a city of its own now.
Yeah, it sure is. It's just from the times we started going down there, it's really grown. And I guess it's actually, is it across the border and actually in Tennessee? Yeah, that's what I thought. I know that Cabela's, they came down there first and built they built a store right there on the Virginia side of the border. And then the Pinnacle moved in down there and the Bass Pro Shop built, and of course they bought Cabela's out. And the Cabela's that was there on the Virginia side, I think he shut completely down, didn't he?
But it made me mad when they caught it, because I am literally, I'm not kidding, 4 minutes from the Pinnacle where I am sitting right now. And with maybe 6, 7 minutes from the Cabela.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, are you in? Is your residence actually in Tennessee?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, Oh, okay, so you are in Virginia. Yeah, there's a place down there, and I cannot remember the name of it. It's a little family-owned seafood restaurant, and I think it's on the Virginia side, if I'm not mistaken. But, man, the food there is great. Down there, I'm a Hilton Honors member, so usually we stay at that Hampton Inn right there. It's just dead across the interstate from the Pinnacle. We stay right there, and I can usually, by the time we go down there, I usually have enough points to stay free. And we stay down there, and then we head on, I think it's State Street, like West State Street, and go up the road there into Bristol. And, boy, it's just in a little old cinder block building. And, man, I tell you, it's some of the best seafood that I've eaten. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that one place was pretty reasonable though, and it surprised me that they was doing well. They were crowded, and it was just a little old family-owned outfit. Surprised me they were doing as well as they did, but in some places there's still a need for that. Yeah, I agree with that. They have, it is sort of strange, especially when you start going down into the town of Bristol, or you actually get into the city limits at all. It is sort of a strange layout.
I think it's under the events tab. You can tab there, and that you can absolutely read all about it, that kind of thing. Basic room rates run about $79.95 a night, and the good thing about that is, in the event if something should come up last minute, you can cancel. They don't do any surcharges, anything like that. They just take your name off the list. But it's a great time. We'll have our cornhole contest, giving away a lot of money for that. Also, we're going to be giving away a lot of prizes up at the mountain. We traveled to Stone Mountain on Thursday, and I'm sorry, not on Thursday, but on Saturday. And there we'll have a catered meal at 12 o'clock. We have our keynote speaker, which is Deborah Atkins of the Wireman. She's going to talk about coaxes, losses in coax, wire, just everything like that. And then we're going to be, have our meal. After that, we have the giveaways. Now, the giveaways last anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours. And that's cash and it's also merchandise. So there you go. WAKOV won $100 one time. I remember giving him that $100 bill like it was yesterday. So anyway, we got it going on up there. It's going to be a big time. Last check, we had about 13 rooms left. So that was almost a month ago. I really need to check back with them up there, which I will make a note to do that tomorrow. Other than that, back over to you, Grant. If anybody's got any questions, just let us know. Back to you, Grant.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. Yeah, you can either log into NetLogger and then go to the AIM window, and the link is there, or you can just go to Google search and look up the friendlybunch.net, and all the information about the upcoming event at Sparta is located at that spot there, and you can get phone numbers and 2-meter frequency that everybody will be monitoring while we're up there, and a lot of good times. I'm looking forward to going up there myself. So, anybody got any questions about the Friendly Bunch gathering at Sparta? Well, we're getting real close to another ID, so let's go ahead and knock it out. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf. My name is Grant. I'm located on the East Coast of eastern North Carolina, about 45 miles inland from the Outer Banks, the home of Pepsi and the land of shrimp and grits. If you're coming on board for the first time tonight, give your call sign slowly and phonetically after the pilot.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Kilo 4 India Sierra Golf.
Do we have any stations coming on board for the first time? Come now.
That's night, guys. Y'all have a good evening. It's nice to chat to you.
Okay, good night, Scott, and God bless.
JPHWFR contact.
I got a first time out there. I'm going to need a relay, Bobby.
Okay, I'm actually upstairs. I heard the station. I think I can hear him. Who was the station trying to get in here with the Friendly Bunch?
38. Whiskey Fox Radio. Marvin.
Oh, that was Marvin again, okay. Grant?
Oh, okay. That's Charlie 8, Whiskey Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, yeah. Okay, Marvin, did you have something you want to say? Did you have a comment, or were you just IDing?
I did, but I do have a comment. And let me run this past you guys. How many of you guys got CD radios laying around? What I did with my old one, I fixed them up and made sure they were in town. With all the young kids in the neighborhood, I put one in their house. And, I got one like my son and my brother-in-law. And that guy started playing with that thing when he was young. And now I got my son's operator, my brother-in-law. Their kids are all operators. And they all started with radio. You think that has any merit over?
Well, Bobby, I'm going to let you respond to him because I'm too new to have an old radio.
Oh, well, I've got a few old radios that I plan to actually. I got one brand new CB radio that a guy gave me just out of the blue that's never been hooked up, so I'm planning on taking that to the mountain and giving that away. So that's what I did with my stuff. And a lot of our guys are doing that too, is bringing them to the mountain, just giving that stuff away.
Yeah, but as a grandpa, great uncle, or something like that, what I try to do is, we all live pretty much within 2 or 3 miles, and I set these up so all the nieces, nephews, mostly are the nieces that are in there, and they want to talk on the big radio, and then on another net, they have a Santa Claus thing. You know which one that is, 3916. These kids don't have any fear of it. They get walked on the grandpa every day, don't they?
Yeah, but I thought you was asking about how to get rid of it.
No, it's for the young kids. You got I heard you guys say that you have young kids coming in talking third party on the radio, but imagine if you keep their interest and then drop a TV radio in where they can talk to
the fear of their son. Over 40 of them, but thank God for the greatest generation. Over.
Absolutely, Robert. I stand in awe of those boys jumping off those landing crafts into the water with backpacks fully loaded and machine gun bullets spraying all over the place and walking straight into it. Absolutely awesome. Unbelievable. God bless them all.
Roger. They were interviewing a gentleman over there, as funny as he was. He's 101 years old. He said none of his soldiers that survived are still living. And he told about how he was on a landing craft, and he kept on hearing this ding, 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 ding. And he asked whoever the pilot was that was operating the landing craft, what's that noise? And the captain said, just stop, that's the machine gun fire. And this soldier told how they opened the doors to the landing craft, and he was headed towards the beach with his weapon, and he only had 35 rounds of ammunition.
Oh my God. Were they short on ammo? I can't believe they would have done that. I mean, oh my God.
I don't know. It's going south. I don't know if they thought that if they gave them more, that it would be lost if they were struck by fire. I don't know. I just sat there and looked at my radio and thought, when I was on duty in a civil society, I carried 51 rounds of ammunition on my gun belt, and I carried 2 boxes of ammunition in my cruiser. And this poor son of a gun went on that beach with 35 rounds. Some of the facts that we learned, it makes you just amazed at those people. And truly they were scared, but they definitely went forward and carried the flag. But then I think of the youth today and wonder, my Lord, what would we do?
Oh, absolutely right, Robert. One little bit of sadness to add to the 80th commemoration. One of the old vets traveling over for the ceremony died en route. He didn't make it.
Oh, how sad. But he was doing what he wanted to do.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. I do not know.
Paperwork that says how many states contributed soldiers to World War II, and pretty much the Midwest, not the coast, the center of America is where the majority of the soldiers came from. for that community. I was having breakfast with a gentleman today, and his grandfather was headed into Normandy. And before they left, whoever the commanding officers were, they told them that there's a very good chance that the soldiers to your left or right might not be coming home today at the end of this. They gave everyone an envelope and some stationery and a pen. And after they sit down, they offered them coffee and donuts, but they had to pay 10 cents for coffee and donuts from the Red Cross. That's amazing. When they were in England, they told them to write a letter to their family, put it in an envelope, and address it, and put their name on the back. And if they do not survive D-Day, the military will make sure that that letter is delivered to their family. If they survive D-Day, the military will throw the letter away. That's not very inspiring as you're going to walk into battle. Wow. Tony, did you say the great one is running a little bit wide tonight?
Yeah, to me anyways, it's like 90% of my noise, but, you know, the comment comes up often, you know, boy, if we had to do that now and these young people today, but I want to offer, I think we do have a subset of young people that are capable of carrying the torch. I think that sometimes when people say that, maybe they're just around the wrong young people. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it, but I don't know if you remember last year, Robert, at Anthony's graduation, I introduced you to that young 18-year-old who was joining the Navy and had hopes to do well at the SEAL stuff. And didn't go his way, but he's still in the Navy. He's got 4 years, and then he said at the end of his 4 years, he's going to try it again, Robert. He's going to try that again. But, you know, they're out there. I think sometimes it's easy for us to just say, these young people. But and I've been saying this for a while, this generation that's coming up now, the kids that are just getting into high school, or maybe they're in junior high now, I believe that these kids are going to be the most conservative group since World War II, Robert.
Well, that is possible. Today we're talking the Gen Zers. They were talking the other night on one of the shows. I don't know if it was Newsnet or Dusty Waters, but the Gen Zers often take their mom or dad with them on a job interview. You just shake your head and think, how is that possible that you would ask your parents to go with you on a job interview? And I've been to many of them, but yeah, that's a generation that makes me wonder what we would do.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. But with all those protests that were going on at the colleges with the Free Palestine and all that, those groups that were the groups of students that were saying enough is enough, and they were carrying around the American flag, and they were, I think at one school they were going to burn the flag, and one of those groups, I don't know what you want to call it, they went and grabbed the flag and said, no, you're not burning our flag. Those were all young college kids. Those were freshmen. They interviewed a group of those, and you know, these are big, strong dudes, and they're laughing like these people are crazy. You're gonna be chanting "Free Palestine" and you're flying your transgender LGBTQ flag. You got mental problems, and these kids realize it. And I think that it's just the normal cycle of kids revolting against adults. Well, these kids now are revolting against all this insanity that's been going on now for these number of years.
Yeah, I do remember they interviewed, is it a fraternity? The fraternity group, the males, they took the flag away from them and put it back up on the flagpole. They were interviewed on Jesse Waters' prime time. So, yeah, there are some that will go out there and stand up for America, but still kind of makes me nervous. But I guess each generation has had some type of problem. When I was growing up, it was the Vietnam era and all the protesting and the burning of the draft cards and leaving and going to Canada and stuff like that. So I guess every generation has it. I just hope that we're not needed to do that. If we could get Whoopie Pants Biden to stop saying stupid shit.
Well, I know I've said this before, and I've fought flack for it. KD8ADV for ID, but right this moment, as we speak, I would prefer that my two boys sit in a jail cell than be under the thumb of these idiots who are running things right now, being sexual war that we absolutely don't need to be in. Now, that could change in a couple months with different leadership, obviously, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, but these people are inept. They're crooked, there's all kind of money, in my opinion, money laundering going on, and so I say this, and Maggie, like, you shouldn't say that, and I'm like, well, I'm saying it. I don't care. But I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. But it is terrifying to think that this government, with this military, that they're more concerned about pronouns and LGBTQ garbage and the leadership that are out there on social media, cross-dressing and all that stuff. That's insane. Our enemies are laughing at us.
Yeah, that's true. I sent you the screenshot of what Dan put in NetLogger. For those who don't know, Tony doesn't have NetLogger in the garage. But it was an article called The Bedford Boys. And Dan put it in NetLogger. I sent a picture to you.
Yeah, I'm reading that right now. I'll have to read this here.
Amazing. Let me see if Tim is out there, because Tim was asking about it. So, NNBLY, Itchy Clothing Blanket is in with us. Are you still with us, Tim?
Roger that. First, you got a copy on NNBLY?
Mr. Itchy Clothing Blanket, Tim is shouting for you.
Yeah, I've got some noise and QRM on frequency. Tim, give me another call, sir.
Okay, NABLY for ID. Okay, I've got the same thing on this end, Curtis. Can you come from me now? Has it gotten any better, over?
Yeah, it's rough copy, Tim. You're probably getting the same thing. Band is not in the greatest of shape, I think. Nobody is over S9 up here to me, at least in my area. So it's a little bit rough copy, but to heck with that. Great to hear your voice, Tim. I hope all is well with you and the family.
And all of a sudden, the Minutemen appeared. There was no Indian War movement. And of course, they didn't show the cannon going on, but they were talking about it. And the whole time I was watching, I was thinking about you. I let you like as much, but man never really brought back a lot of history. And just after what's going on. But I said that was also a newspaper. They just had to be on the way for one night. And I was watching it, and I just turned it on. And like I said, there was no free war movie. And all of a sudden, I showed up the Western, the Patriots, all that was going through.
Okay, K9IQB. Well, yeah, it's been timing, a timing issue. We've had so much going on with the wife having various medical appointments, trying to take the final steps to get her pain dealt with in her back. And now she has a double torn meniscus in one knee, so we're addressing that. So it's been a number of things, and we've been eating late. I just finished dinner 20 minutes ago, for example. So it's a mixture of busyness and timing and that kind of thing. So I've missed it, I'll tell you. I told the wife I'm going down in that basement, I'm going to turn that radio on, and I'm going to re-up with the guys. And very much fun to do it. Appreciate the thought. And back at you, Tim. Great to hear you. And Robert, let me ask you, how are you copying me tonight?
I have you at a good 30 over S9 here in Akron, Ohio. And I am pushing a full 600 watts out on the bobby loop.
Wow. Well, you're 10 over 9 here, but I'm surprised at the 30 over. Tony, how are you copying?
Yeah, I was going to say, Kirk, you are an easy 25 to 30 over to me with good audio. Robert, your signal's strong as always, Robert, but your audio's a little bit lower. I wonder if you accidentally turned down your gain.
Well, no, I've not touched anything. I'm not anywhere near the radio. I'm tethered to it with about 14 feet of cable. So I just turn on the power and push the button for 23.
Kirk, how do you copy me?
You are 10 over 9, Tony.
Yeah, you sound like you're sitting right next to me. But lately, Kirk, I have not been at the office with the big rig. I don't have an antenna up there, so I've been in the garage, which it's a little messy right now. We've had a couple crazy weeks, but I put in a mini split just to try it out. It's a solar mini split, runs off of my battery bank, so I got air conditioning in here.
And how do you find it? Is it working well?
It is extraordinary for air conditioning. The heating, it would keep you alive, but it's not fabulous with the heat. Now this is only the 120. It's not the 240 version.
If you don't mind me asking, how much did that set you back, that particular unit?
So this is made by a company called EG4, Echo Golf 4, and they get into some of the solar stuff. And this is like a hybrid, and I want to say it was about $1,200. And the nice thing about it, you can hook it up. You know, I'm a roofer. I hooked the thing up, and I did not need a HVAC contractor to charge the lines. The lines already come pre-charged with Freon or whatever the heck else they use these days. So you hook it all up, and it's good to go. It runs off of my battery bank if I want it, or I can plug it in the wall. But what makes this unit unique, three solar panels will run the thing just direct from the panels. You don't even need batteries. So that's why I wanted to try it out. And I would consider putting the bigger unit. They make one a little bit bigger that's a 240 in my cabin because it really, you know, an air conditioner is it's a dehumidifier. So not that I need the cold air, but it'd be nice to have it run autonomously off the solar panels and kind of dehydrate the cabin.
That is amazing, and thank you for that information. I may have an application for that size unit, and I'd often wondered, I'd heard about splits, but I really never researched them. That's why I was eager to hear about your experience. Thank you for that. I'm going to go upstairs and get my phone and bring it down, and I want to play for you and the other guys on frequency a signal I recorded when I was driving out of the community the other day. It was about a week and a half ago. I was listening to an AM radio station in Maryland on a frequency of 680 kilohertz. When I drove into a very strong signal that saturated my reception to the point where it blocked the underlying AM radio station. I couldn't hear it at all. So and it's a very strange signal that I'd like to play for you guys, a 60-second sample that I recorded, and see if you guys have any idea what it is. Let me go up and get the phone. I'll be back in a minute. K9IQB.
All right, can't wait. KE880B with K9IQB. And the group. Let me just double check. Any other stations out there that want to jump in and say hello? Come down with your call sign.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to sign out for the night there. Good to talk to you guys again. An early rouser, so I got to get up in the morning, but good to talk to y'all again, and I guess Sunday night, be back Sunday night?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll catch you back here Sunday night, Dave. Hope to hear you. Thanks for riding along with us tonight.
Okay, Tony, thank you. Sounds good, guys. Dan, Kirk, Robert, good to talk to you guys tonight. Have a good evening.
73, David. Hey, Tony, I'm going to reach out to John Hunt, Whiskey 4, Mike Tango Echo. He is not able to transmit. He went on a little excursion to the Philippines, and he's been listening to us on the Freedom Net, and when we've been doing our Thursdays and Sundays on SDR. So, John, I saw you in NetLogger, and you're still in there, of course. So I'm going to wave a hand to you. Thank you for finding us. It's probably around 10 or 11 o'clock in the Philippines right now. I'm not sure when you're going to return back to America, but safe travels, and thank you for following us. Whiskey 4, Mike Tango Echo, John in the Philippines.
Yeah, I was was just trying to pull up his call sign. John KE8 ADV here in Cleveland, Ohio, also waving the hand. Yeah, hopefully, Robert, when he gets back to the States, he jumps on the radio. I think he said he was from Texas, right?
He's from Georgia. He's from Hazelhurst, Georgia. Kind of weird. Jeff Davis County. You don't see many counties that are 2 words, but he joins us a lot on the Freedom Net, and he's been following us while he's been over in the other country. But last night when we got on at around 10:30, he said it was about 10 o'clock or so over in the Philippines. But it's the next day. It's 5 p.m.
Okay, yeah, I found it now. I'm on QRV. W4MTE. John, yeah, appreciate you riding along here from the Philippines. That's kind of cool. I know I heard you mention on Freedom Net that he was listening. So that's really cool, Robert.
And he also told us, it was a week or so ago, that there was other people over there that were listening to the Freedom Net. So I don't know if you heard, Jeff and I put together an email address. I got the hiccups, I'm sorry. An email address, freedomnet proton.me. So we put together an email address so that we can see who is listening, and that way people can send us messages.
Yep, that is very, very cool. It's cool to know that people are listening. I'll tell you, I'd like to go to the Philippines. I know you'd like to too for a certain reason, but I think the water there is arguably better diving than say the Pacific side of Mexico or the Hawaiian Islands. But yeah, I'd like to get there someday.
Boy, they have to tie me up because the Philippine women are pretty. That girl that does the pedicures and manicures, but I just get the pedicure. I stare at that little Philippine woman. She has got such a cute little booty on her, such a cute round face. So I would truly get in trouble. Unfortunately for John, he's got his whole dang family over there, his daughter and his spouse. So he put in that logger, hello, yes, you are right. We will be coming back June 19th. Thank you so much, so very much. It's 10 now, 11 a.m. here in the Philippines. Thank you so much, KEADB and Robert, KHOI. They say 22 to 31 hams here. Listen regularly. Back to you, Tony.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Robert, do you know that the Philippine government awarded American servicemen, I think there were 3 medals. Have you ever heard this story?
No.
Yeah, so next time you come over the house, remind me. I got a picture of my grandfather who was in the South Pacific, and he was on the Philippines. And the Philippine government awarded 2 or 3 different Philippine medals to some of our servicemen. And what was kind of crappy, if you ask me, our government would not allow them to wear the medals. Now, I understand you got to have rules and stuff like that, but in the Marine Corps, the Marines allowed, and I can't remember what unit it was, and I'm embarrassed that I can't remember, but there's a Marine unit that can wear the French Fourragère, I think it was called. And, that was given by France, so they were allowed to wear it, but these guys couldn't wear those medals with their uniform. But I have it in my thing that I made for my grandfather with all his medals, and they're pretty cool. I think one of them is like a Philippine Liberation medal, but yeah, look that up. It's an interesting story. KE8ADV.
Unique. The state of Ohio gave Robert a medal, and they're just like the medals that he wore on his uniform. Unfortunately, it was posthumously. I wonder if he was, because it was for the service to the state of Ohio for his deployment, but he was lost before he was awarded it. I wonder if he would have been allowed to wear that on his uniform had he still been with us.
Well, if I was to guess, I'd say no, but yeah, who knows? But you would think that he would be able to, you know what I mean? But yeah, the Marines are always funny about not only medals with the dress uniforms, but with patches on the utilities. They're very strict on what you had, and they didn't have.
Other states got their concealed carry laws written, or if that carries over into constitutional carry.
I did not know that shurikens could be in there, but I could see where they'd be. They're just as deadly as any knife that you throw. Any knife that you throw, they're just as deadly as they are.
How's it written in Ohio, Mike?
It's the same way. You can carry a knife if you can carry a gun. Or vice versa.
I know when they patterned, Kentucky didn't start a concealed carry until '93, I believe it was, and they patterned their concealed carry class and laws after the state of Texas, the way theirs was written.
How does that sound now, Julie?
Come back again.
Yeah, I'm here. Testing 1, 2, 3.
That's a lot better. That's a lot better. A lot better there.
That's not. I got my mic EQ and my processor off.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. That processor was doing it. Don, what do you think?
It's a lot better to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I noticed it last night. I thought she was overdoing it a little bit, but I didn't say nothing.
Yep, it just that processor was just making it splatter a little bit, but it's good now.
Okay, good.
You Mike Flint.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, this switchblade's got a rosewood handle, and the blade is black. Well, that thing sharp as a razor.
I bet it is nice.
Yeah, if y'all want one, let me know.
How much are they, Marie?
$30 for the switchblade that pulls out, and $50 for the stiletto.
Okay.
I'm going to put my groceries away and wash up and clean up and probably grab a shower, and I'll be back or listening in.
In North Carolina, it is illegal to carry a knife or a shuriken, a switchblade under a concealed carry permit.
Well, you carry one in Georgia that can't be over 3 inches.
So,
North Carolina's concealed carry law is written different than it is in Kentucky.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's a little bit different here. Now, it does go to say that you can carry it concealed on your own property. If you're walking around your property, you can put them in your pocket and